Welcome back to Battlelore 2nd Edition. We're playing Razor Wing scenario, which is called a Shot in the Dark. Comes with, of course, the Razor Wing expansion, the neutral unit expansion. And it is now time for the Uthik player to have his turn. And, of course, we're going to be following all the steps. So the first step in the main phase is the command step, and it is play one command card. And the command card that the Uthik player is going to play is attack right. So he gets to order 3 units on the right side, which is right over here. All right. So I'm going to get my mini dice, and we're going to activate or order 3 units on this side. And the 3 units that the Uthik player is going to activate is, of course, these guys, the Berserkers, the I forget what they're called now, Grotesque, and we're going to get these Flesh Rippers moving. That is the order step. Now it is the move step. Oh, and we are in the, it is daytime right now. I've got to remember we have day-night cycles in this particular scenario, and right now it is still the daytime. And that would make a difference for ranged, but of course I didn't pick any ranged units for the Uthik in this playthrough. So that's not going to happen. And in the daytime, of course, the Razor Wings, which would come out of the caverns here, are asleep in their little beds in the cavern. So they're not going to be coming out until it changes to nighttime. Okay, those are the 3 units we're going to order. The Grotesque and the Berserkers have movement speed of 2, and the Flesh Rippers have a movement speed of 3. And so we're going to start up with moving these guys 2 spaces. Are going to go 1, 2 across the hill in the face of the riders. And then we're going to have the Berserkers move up onto the hill because they can move 2. Up here. And lastly, we will have the Flesh Rippers move, and they will move in behind our Berserkers, like so. Okay, now it's time for the attack phase, but not so fast, says the Dakan player, because the Dakan player is going to play Battle Cry. It's going to cost 4 lore. The Dakan player has 5, which is us. Play after any player's move step, and that's the move step is basically over right now. Choose a friendly unit. Well, the Dakan are going to choose our riders here. All enemy units adjacent to the chosen unit must move 1 hex directly away from the friendly unit if able. So we're spending, the Dakan is going to spend 4 lore points, lore tokens to do that of the 5. So that's going to leave them 1. So they're going to spend 4 of them. And it means these units must move 1 step away, directly away, if possible. Well, these guys are definitely possible for moving 1 step away, because there's nothing behind them. They must move away. The Berserkers directly back into the Flesh Rippers, so they will not move away. Okay, so that kind of messed up them a little bit, because they want really to attack with these guys. They're not going to be able to now. But now we're into the attack step. So we're going to perform an attack with the ordered units. Well, these guys are only melee. Unfortunately, they're not now adjacent to anyone. They can't attack. Same with the Flesh Rippers. They're not adjacent, so we're just going to remove their dice because they can't do anything. However, we can attack with the Berserkers. And so let's take a look once more at the Berserker card and see what their special abilities are. Excuse me. All right, Berserkers. Infantry melee. They have 1,000 cuts. Well, cause 1 damage to an enemy unit adjacent to this unit. And I believe it can be the unit you're attacking as well. So that special helmet symbol can cause them to do an extra damage. They're deranged. Each time you perform a combat roll with this unit, you may re-roll 1 die. So they're going to have 2 attack dice. They get to re-roll 1 of them. So that's pretty good. And so they're going to have their 1 attack. So we'll take their die off them. And I have to remember counterattacks if that actually happens, because that's one thing I always seem to forget. All right, 2 dice. They get to re-roll 1 if they want. Well, they get a lore and they get a hit. Now, do we want to re-roll a die, or do they want to keep that lore token? I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to keep that as is. So they're not going to re-roll a die. They're going to collect a lore token, so now they have 3, and they're going to do 1 damage to the riders. So the riders take a wound, and it kills off one of them. However, the riders do get a counter attack. Let's take a look at their card. They have 2 attack dice for a counter attack. Vigilant enemy units cannot counter this unit. Well, that doesn't come into account. And flanking does not come into account. So they're going to counter attack with 2 attack dice. So we'll just go ahead and they will counter attack against the berserkers. And they get 1 hit and they get a miss because that's a range. So one of the berserkers is also killed in the little skirmish. All right, that is going to take care of the attack phase. And now we're into the upkeep phase. So we're into the victory point upkeep phase for the Uthik, so the day-night cycle will not change. And then it's into the draw step. So let me just readjust the camera, and then we're going to do the draw step, and then we're going to have the Uthik do the lore step. All right, so carrying on, we are now at the draw step. So the Uthik player is going to draw a command card, which of course we don't get to see. We don't know what they're up to. And now they're into their lore phase, and what are they going to do for their lore phase? They have 2 lore cards and 3 lore tokens, and I think they're going to go ahead and go 1 for 1. So they're going to draw a lore card off of their unique lore card deck, and they're going to get 1 more lore token. So that's going to make 4 lore tokens for them. And that is going to conclude the Uthik turn. I don't know if they had a very good turn or not. They bashed up the riders a little bit. However, they wanted to attack with their grotesque unit, but they were not able to. But they're kind of blocking the path now. So that's good for the Uthik. And coming up next time is going to be when the Dakan player goes, it's going to turn into night after they have their play. And with that means the Razor Wings are going to come out again. And so that could be more benefit for the Uthik player. Well, that was the Uthik player's turn. Join me next time for the continuation of this Razor Wing expansion scenario called the Shot in the Dark. Up next episode is going to be the Dakan again, and they're trying to sprint their way to the end and get off the board. All right, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you do. Thanks for liking my videos as well. Join me next time for a Shot in the Dark.